Zhongli, A, Venti, Kusanali, Morax, Borax, and Ajax practically all have the same theme song. Well, not quite, but they all are made in practically the same key, and it's one of the simplest keys to learn in all of music. That key is C. Yep, I kid you not, it's literally just all the white keys on the keyboard. If that's not lazy music making, I don't know what is. But there's actually something lurking afoot here. The themes of Venti, Zhongli, Kusanali, and even the Raiden Shogun in some way are all made in the key of C. However, Mihoyo used a secret to make them all sound vastly different, and that secret they used is called modes. I'm Inthrel Nazer, and welcome to the official Inthrel Nazer channel. Now before we get into this, I'll say that I lay no claim to the title of master musician or music theorist. I'm simply he who seeks to enlighten those willing to give a listening ear. Now most people know about the major scale and the minor scale, but what you don't know is that there are many other scales, and amongst those scales are the 7 modes, kinda like the number of Archons there are. A few of these modes I'll even talk about today. The first theme I'll go over is Venti's, cause he's such a bad character and I want to get his theme out the way. Dude was literally sleeping while the country he was supposed to be taking care of was getting destroyed by a dragon. Then when the country gets saved by a guy with an ugly head wearing a belly bang shirt, he tries to come in at the end after doing absolutely nothing with his filthy words of wisdom. Just terrible character writing, may I tell you. But as I was saying about his theme song, it sounds like this. At least that's how it should sound. This is the theme song they actually put in the game. If you notice, the song incorporates a melody very similar to the lead in the theme of Genshin Impact. This song is not done in C minor or C major. It's done in what's called the Lydian mode. This is a common C major. It's made up of all the white keys in the keyboard, these ones right here. However, the Lydian mode is slightly different. It's characterized by the 4th degree right here. This is how it sounds altogether. This note here is distinct, and it's what sets it apart from the C major scale. C major, C Lydian. This is actually the same mode that the theme of Genshin Impact is played in. I actually already did a video about the theme of Genshin Impact and how they made it sound so unusual. The only problem is, even though I spent loads, and I mean loads man of time and effort editing that, YouTube decided to give it less than even 1,000 impressions. Yes, it's true, I've been told shorter than this steak more than once. Many of you may not know this, but this is not the first Inthrel Nazer channel. Things got so bad that I literally had to abandon one and start another. And even with this one, I've been struggling to get impressions, doing things like editing videos at 3:44 in the morning. So please, do drop a like and leave a comment even if you don't watch the video the whole way through. As you may know if you've been here for my last few videos, I'm not one to ask you to subscribe. You can do that if you find my videos entertaining afterwards. But this channel is not monetized yet and I would like to get it there as soon as possible. So if you could drop a like and a comment, you would have my utmost approval and sincerest gratitude. But back onto the theme of the Archons. Next we have the theme of Zhongli, or I believe it's called Rex Incognito. That was a remix of his theme that I did, by the way, but it follows the same chord, so it's okay. This song as well is neither done in a major or minor scale. It's done in something called C Dorian, or rather simply called the Dorian mode. It sounds like a C minor, except it's slightly different. The two major differences in this mode are this key and here. C major, C Dorian. Those two notes make a very big difference, and they're the main characteristics of the Dorian mode. Next we have the soundtrack called Termination of Desires, and I believe this is the theme of the Raiden Shogun. Now, I don't play Genshin Impact, but I do know enough about it to know that this character was just a piece of garbage. The Raiden Shogun is a ruler of an entire country. However, her sister dies, so she leaves to another dimension so that nothing can ever hurt her feelings again. A dummy's move. But before she leaves, she sets a robot in place to guard over her body. The only problem is, this robot is also a piece of swine, and it looks exactly like her, so it starts a decree that starts a literal war to take everybody's visions away. Now get this, people are literally dying because of this war. So a guy with an ugly head and a belly bang shirt goes to her dimension to try to stop her. And for literally no reason at all, she tries to kill this guy. After she slaps him silly, he comes back again and beats her. With no good reason, might I add. He didn't even have a Dragon Ball training arm. So she says I'm sorry and comes out of the dimension and the whole thing's honky-dory again. Minus the part where she said I'm sorry. Just idiotic stuff, she doesn't even deserve a theme song. But anyways, I got a report on it, so here we go. Something very interesting emerges once we take a look at this song. Unlike all the others before, this song is actually not played in C. I'll have to take you back to the keyboard to show you exactly what's going on here, because if you don't follow along closely, you may get lost. Don't worry, it's not complicated and I'll show you everything step by step. It's not played in C, but it's played in G Aeolian, or simply G minor. Take note of the notes I'm pressing right here. You'll see in a moment that it looks very similar. You see, Zhongli's theme is played in C Dorian. But if we take those exact same notes... Unfortunately, there was a slight discrepancy while I was filming this, so basically what I'm trying to say here is that the notes that make up G minor are the exact same notes that make up C Dorian. All you have to do is rearrange them a little bit. It's the exact same notes. Now we come to the theme of Nahida. When I first heard the song, this sounded strange. The way the chorus went off the verse always kind of took me off guard, and there's actually a reason for this. This one does something very interesting right at the start. It begins in F major. The thing about the song is that it later on switches to another mode of the major scale, C Phrygian. C Phrygian is composed of the exact same notes as F major. Allow me to demonstrate. This is how C Phrygian sounds. The main difference between C Phrygian and C major is this key here. And here's F major. If we take these three notes at the top and put them at the bottom, we can see that we now have C Phrygian. Switching from F major to C Phrygian is a good way of adding musical versatility to a song. It switches keys, but it doesn't actually switch keys. Now here's where Genshin got me good. Earlier I said that all their songs are made in C. The only problem is that Fiorena's theme song isn't actually made in C. Only, I never said it was, did I? Actually, that was a little bit of a stretch I pulled earlier about A's theme song. Everything I said about it earlier is true, but it's simply not made in the key of C. Here's what I think. I think MiHoYo is likely going to use the 7 modes for the 7 Archons, but there's an inconsistency here with the 2 that aren't made in C like the rest. So here's the deal. According to
the judgment of the Oratrice Mecha—
Shut up!
According to my sources, I'm told Fiorina isn't actually the Archon, and also I gather that the Rat and Shogun wasn't the original Archon either. So there you have it. There's still plenty of room for them to use the other modes of C for the rest. Those 2 aren't the originals, so they don't count. By the way, there's this cat that keeps on sneaking in when I'm trying to edit videos, so if you see it, please do me a favor and catch it for me. Thanks. Hey, come on!